Previously on Nina's curse. Nina's golden light shattered the grey-eyed dog, but her triumph drew forth a man from the shadows, Kabina, whose presence carried a chilling familiarity for Yuzidai. The healer in the forest realized with horror that the ancient seal was stirring. Beneath the earth, something older than memory began to rouse. The night ended with the ground trembling, a beastly sound echoing through the trees, and Kabina's whispered warning, "It comes." Now begins episode 2. The Weight of Blood. The night after her strange encounter with the whisper, Nina lay restless on her raffia mat. Sleep danced just out of reach, slipping from her grasp like a mischievous spirit. The words, "You are not who you think you are," echoed in her mind. She turned from side to side, pressing her palms against her ears as though she could silence the voice, but it was useless. By dawn, her eyes were red, heavy with unanswered questions. Still, she decided to face the day. She wrapped her waist with her bright patterned cloth, adjusted her headscarf neatly, and stepped out onto the village path. As she walked, her hips swayed with the natural rhythm of youth, her slender waist moving almost unconsciously in time with the jingling of tiny beads hidden beneath her wrapper. The sun caught the sheen of her skin, and though her thoughts were elsewhere, her beauty seemed sharper than ever, like a silent dare. The village boys, those usual loafers with idle tongues and hungering eyes, saw her. They whistled. They chuckled. They nudged one another. To them, she was like a river always ready to quench their thirst. But this time, something was different. Nina looked at them, looked straight at them, and smiled. Not a seductive smile, not an invitation, but a simple, innocent curve of her lips. A smile of a girl who, for once, felt no strange pull or edge toward them. Yet the boys did not see innocence. To them, that smile was a trumpet of welcome. She dey give signal, oh, one muttered. She has finally surrendered, another smirked. Before long, one of the bolder boys swaggered forward, his chest puffed up like a rooster. He leaned close, his voice dripping with mockery and desire. "So, Nina, you ready? Let's do the do, eh?" The slap that cracked across his face silenced the entire path. It was sharp, resounding, carrying all the power of her months of shame and buried rage. The boy staggered back, clutching his cheek, his eyes wide. The others froze. None dared laugh. Nina's chest heaved as she glared at him, then she turned and ran. Her wrapper whipped around her legs as dust rose behind her swift steps. By midday, the story had spread like bushfire. The boy had been rejected. Rejected. By Nina of all people. At the market, women gossiped loudly as they sliced vegetables and measured grains. Have you heard? That Nina slapped Kwako. She rejected him. In public. Maybe she has changed, or maybe she is hiding something. But as quickly as the gossip of her defiance rose, another voice added spice to the pot. Changed. Don't deceive yourselves. I hear she talks to herself now. I saw her mouth moving, no one beside her. Mad girl behavior. That's what comes from sleeping with all those boys. Her head is spoilt. Oh. So, she has gone mad on top of her shame. Madness is the child of sin, my sister. Better not let her shadow cross you. Laughter and murmurs rose among the market stalls. The tale of Nina's rejection twisted swiftly into a darker rumor, madness. That evening, Nina passed by the market on her way home. She caught fragments of whispers, the words slithering like snakes into her ears. She talks to herself. Mad girl. Punishment for sin. Her stomach sank. When did I talk to myself? Out loud. She thought. No, impossible. I don't talk to myself. But deep down, she remembered the voice, the whisper in the night, and fear knotted her heart. She rushed home, locking herself in her hut. She pressed her hands to her ears again, as though to silence voices no one else could hear. Not possible, she muttered. Not me. Not madness. The shadows thickened as night fell. The village noises died away. Only her own trembling breath remained. Then, that night, silence clung to Nina's heart like a shroud. The air was heavy, as though the very walls held their breath. And then, she heard it again. A whisper, faint but cutting through the stillness. Nina. Her heart jolted. The voice was not outside. It was inside. That night, silence clung to Nina's heart. The air smelled of palm oil and fear. Yuzidai sat cross-legged, chewing bitter cola, while Mama Adoma twisted the edge of her wrapper until her knuckles whitened. Nina sat before them, her body stiff, her eyes swollen from sleeplessness. Yuzidai spoke first, her voice low but steady. Kubina is not just a man wandering from nowhere. His blood is from a line the elders once warned of. A line that courted even my grandmother, long before you were born. She spat to the side, bitterness leaving her mouth with a knot. Adoma's eyes darted. That line. Yes. Yuzidai's voice grew heavier. A bloodline touched by an ancient evil. They say in that family you are either very good or very wicked. There is no middle. Psychopaths. Killers. Tricksters. And sometimes, men who try to be saints. She paused, her gaze darkening. Kubina, in my eyes, is one of the rare good ones. Nina frowned, sensing something beneath Yuzidai's words. But why was he there? Why did he come? Yuzidai's jaw clenched. She glanced away, avoiding her niece's eyes. She remembers her brother, how he vanished years ago after walking with Kubina into the forest. She thinks Kubina knows the truth, but she swallows it, not here, not now. Instead, she forced a half-truth. He has history with our family. That is enough. Nina's lips trembled, but before she could speak, Mama Adoma shifted suddenly, her hands trembling. Nina, there is something you must know. Something I never wanted to say. Yuzidai's head whipped toward her. Adoma. No, Yuzidai. The lie has rotted too long. Tears welled in Adoma's eyes as she turned to her daughter. Before your father died, he told me, every firstborn in our line must be sacrificed. That is the curse. Every firstborn. Nina's breath caught. Firstborn. Adoma clutched her daughter's hands. Yes. You are my first. But I lied. I faked your death so the world would believe you were my second. That was the only way to save you. Her body shook with sobs. I thought I could cheat the curse. I thought lies would keep you safe. Nina jerked back, staring at her mother as though seeing her for the first time. So all my life, I was hidden. Lied about. Because I was meant to die. Silence swallowed the hot. Even the fire seemed to pause its crackling. Yuzidai finally broke it. The curse doesn't care about lies, Adoma. You only delayed what was promised. Nina pressed her palms to her temples, her heart pounding. Victim or chosen? Saved or doomed? The words tangled, choking her. That night, when the others slept, Nina stepped outside. The moon carved silver paths on the red earth. Her chest rose and fell, heavy with questions. That's when she heard the soft crunch of footsteps. Kubina. He emerged from the shadows, eyes calm, voice smooth as palm wine. You feel it, don't you? The pull. The hunger. Nina's throat tightened, but she didn't move. You are not cursed, Nina, Kubina whispered, leaning close. You are chosen. You don't have to live in shame, hiding from villagers who will never understand you. If you embrace what is inside you, you will be free. Strong. Untouchable. His words coiled around her heart, dangerous and tempting. For a heartbeat, Nina believed him. But then, the forest stirred. Leaves rustled without wind. A sound like 1,000 whispers rolled through the trees. Her blood turned cold. The voices grew clearer. Familiar. Terrifying. Her father's voice. Her grandmother's voice. Others she never knew. All calling her name. Nina. Nenina. She froze, her breath shallow, her heart slamming against her ribs. Kubina only smiled, his eyes glinting like fireflies in the dark.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more episodes. New episodes drop twice a week, stay tuned.